All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, let's clap it up. Welcome to the Heat Check live beat review show right here on YouTube. That's right, I'm your host, Desmond A., and we are here to have a good time. It's a live beat review show. Part of my energy a little bit, been doing a moving and grooving, doing a lot of stuff. I've been doing some stuff related to this whole content thing here as well. So if you're the individual who I met with today, shout out to you and thank you so much for sharing your time. All right, so here at the Heat Check, what is it? What what is this, and how does this show work? So here at the Heat Check Live Beat Review Show, you guys go ahead and submit your beats. We have the free submissions that actually opens at the end of the stream. You go ahead and submit for free at the end of the stream, and then you have an entire week up until Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when the free form closes, and then from there it's just VIP skip the line, which is $10, as you can see up top and also pinned in the comment section. We had a great time last time. Shout out to all the producers last time for the 1 year anniversary, man. I've learned a lot in this 1 year. I have a video cut me out just talking about all the lessons that I've learned for running this Heat Check Live Beat Review show for a year, man. I enjoy being consistent. I enjoy showing up for you guys no matter how I feel. As you can see, my energy is a bit low today. You know, I tend to come here hella high water unless something is like literally standing in the way in the schedule. Speaking of that, it's looking like I'm more than likely going to be skipping next Friday's show. Have a couple things going on. Probably going to skip next Friday's show. If anything changes, I'll go ahead and let you guys know. But I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there. So, if this is your first time here, who am I? What do I do? And why should you listen to me? Well, my name is Desmond A. I'm a music producer. I've been producing music for over 12 years. Excuse me, over 12 years now. Have music on TV shows like Bravo, E-Television, Sci-Fi, various documentaries. I've recorded artists. I've mixed albums. I do content. Have my Made in the Studio podcast. Still currently working on getting some guest guys. I apologize. It tends to just the scheduling and stuff comes up literally in people's way. So that's just the nature of the game when it comes to podcasting. Stuff comes up and got to reschedule and find time slots. So it's a grind, but it's well worth it to get the value to you guys. So if you haven't watched the previous episodes, watch the previous episodes on the podcast tab, and I have more great stuff coming your way soon. So yeah, that's how it works. And also here at the Heat Check, a couple ground rules. The Heat Check is kind of like a dojo. You ever been to a martial arts studio? You ever been to a boxing gym? And then your sensei, they don't say, hey, that was a weak punch. Hey, that was a weak knee strike. Hey, that was a weak uppercut. No, they say, no, you know what? When you throw an uppercut, use your body. You're supposed to use the lower part of your body to generate force when you're throwing an uppercut. They don't just say, oh, that was weak. So that's what we do here. It's kind of like that, kind of like a dojo where I walk you through things, show you how to do it. We're going to give it to you straight. We're going to give you real feedback, but we're going to make sure that they're real actionable tips. So if you rock with that, then stay tuned here on the Heat Check. That's right. All right, guys. Also, for last show's winners, for you guys you watching the playback, for the winners, I've of course sent the prizes to the winners for the 1 year anniversary special. Had some prizes on that show. Guys, please make sure you check your spam for my email if you guys haven't received it. I need to double check, but also make sure you check your spam. I did send it out. I just want to let you guys know because there were Amazon gift cards, and it struck me at the last minute that Amazon gift card tends to trigger spam filters. So, reach back out to me if you guys didn't get it. Then I'll set everything up, get everything corrected for you. But that sets off spam filters. So, I didn't think about it until the very last minute. So, yes, indeed. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and get into FL Studio. Also, guys, I hope you guys have been watching my videos on my YouTube channel. On Wednesdays, I've been dropping tutorial videos. Just instead of showing like how to, just generic tutorials, I tend to show you how I do certain things, how I've learned certain things. So that way you're not just getting generic information that you can just find on like ChatGPT or Google. It's actually in context. So I hope you guys have been enjoying those tutorial videos and check them out on my YouTube channel here. Just look, I tend to have like a FL Studio playlist or something like that on those tutorial videos. So make sure you guys check those out and I can help you on your music production journey. All right, let's go ahead and get to FL Studio here. As you can see here, we have a fairly light show, which is what I expected since last week's show was so crazy. There's quite a few people showed up last week's show, so I expected this. But regardless, I'm here for you guys to give you guys feedback. So let's go ahead and get started. So starting from the tip top, we're gonna start with a heat check regular, which is Millie Beats with a Bag Chaser. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, all right, and give my feedback. So let's go ahead and take a listen.
God damn, Millie, you're bad.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Millie Beats with Bag Chaser. Millie Beats, a heat check regular. So shout out to you, Millie Beats. Thank you so much for submitting that this week. Millie Beats, man, that beat, I was flowing. I was snapping on that beat, man. If I was a West Coast rapper, I'd be very happy with that one. So, definitely put that beat off to the side because that was a very artist friendly, man. You had the transitions nice. You put the sounds in, you put the sounds out. You knew how to create tension without having the 808s just ring out too much. They just decayed right when they needed to, and that's a very good thing to do. As far as constructive feedback, man, man, you're doing such a great job on that one. It's just like little mixing things that I'm hearing in that beat. Like I would do something to make this is very nitpicky. Like I said, this beat can sell. So let me get that out the way. You can sell this beat to a recording artist, specifically a West Coast recording artist. So don't trip. It was just little mixing things I would have did a little bit different. Like the clap, I wanted like a little bit more presence in the clap, and to make more presence in the clap, I probably would have dipped out like maybe around like 300 hertz, like a little dip at 300 hertz, and it would have just opened up the top end of the clap a little bit, just to give that like little extra pop, that little extra snap to the clap. Also, I could hear some of the hi hats. You had multiple hi hats, but some of the hi hats I can hear like the volume kind of going up and down a little bit. So I want like a little bit, just a taste of compression on those hi-hats. Not too much. I just want them to be pulled up. You know, the compression is gonna like pull it up a bit more, make it sit up a little bit more, make those hi-hats sit up a little bit more. Not compression to the point of it's smashed and I can hear the compression. I want the compression to just pull the sound, pull the hi-hats up just a little bit. So that's really it. Again, kind of nitpicky, but wanted to give you some constructive feedback. So thank you so much for that one, Millie Beats. Thank you so much. Please continue to submit right here on the Heat Check. All right. Moving forward, we have Millie Beats with Ice. All right. I'm going to go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's go ahead and take a listen.
God damn, Millie, you bad.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Millie Beats with Ice. Shout out to you, Millie Beats, and thank you so much for submitting on the Heat Check. Now, Millie Beats, good beat, wasn't as tight as the other beat. The other beat really felt artist ready. Like I could play the other beat in the studio and be like, okay, this artist might want to actually buy this beat. This beat, one of the first things that stood out to me about this one was the volume of the 808. It was just a taste bit too loud, a taste bit too domineering on the music. Let's go ahead and pull it down a couple of dB. I even want to say like maybe negative 1.7 dB. Just slide it down a little bit. I want to say even more, but let's do like negative 1.5. Let's do negative 1.5, and that should be like a good starting point. Other than that, the bell that you din 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 din, I could hear the release of the bell. It sounded like you could have had like reverb on it. The reverb wasn't loud. It's just I think it was the actual sound of the bell. It's like the decay of the bell was a bit too. It didn't decay quickly enough. So then the tail of the bell started to build up and cloud a little bit too much, which back in the day when we really used to use Nexus, that would happen. Like if you guys listen to like maybe like some old 2 Chainz stuff, some old Roscoe Dash, what else was producing in that era? 2 Chainz, Roscoe Dash. Pretty much everybody was using Nexus back in that era. Nexus came with like that default reverb, and the tail of everything would just kind of ring out a little bit too much, and my ears can kind of pick that up because I would always have to tweak that in Nexus. So just kind of watch the tail on the dun 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 dun. They was clouding into each other. It's just whatever knob you're using for the VST, for your DAW, just dun 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 dun. Let the decay happen a bit quicker, and it's also gonna create more space in the beat. Those are little things that help to make the beat more inviting for the recording artist, and a lot of people don't know that. But shout out to you, Millie Beats. Thank you so much for your submission. I appreciate you for sending on the heat check. All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, we have Voteezy. Voteezy back in the building. He was one of the winners of last week's anniversary show. So shout out to you, Voteezy. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we have Voteezy was still spinning. I'm gonna go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's take a listen. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Voteezy was still spinning. Shout out to you, Voteezy, and thank you so much for submitting right here on the heat check. All right, Voteezy, of course, fire beat, good production, good drum bounce. That was all good. One thing that was standing out to me on that beat was like the harshness of the high end, especially like, that horn tends to have a lot of resonant frequencies. And on top of that, it just felt like the top end felt rough. It felt a little harsh. And I'm wondering if did you use like maybe did you hit the limiter kind of hard? Did you use like maybe like the L1 or the L2 to get things loud? And it kind of like brought out some sounds. One thing with that, and the reason that I brought that up is because I've been in quite a few different studios, right? And sometimes you could be in one studio and things sound really good, and then you can be in another studio and then it brings out certain parts of a song or a beat where you're like, oh, we need to correct that. We need to correct that in the song. So my concern with that is that I don't want that top end, the kind of like, it's almost distortion. It's like brittleness on the top end, a little distortion on the top end, brittle, just a lot of resonant frequencies. I don't want an artist to get in the studio, play that beat, and then they might not be able to articulate it, but they might feel like, okay, that beat feels a little rough. Like, I don't know why I'm trying to get into the beat, but I can't quite. And that's the thing with being in a studio, is that a a lot of times you have to translate things for recording artists. They'll just say stuff, and you kind of have to work to figure out what they're actually trying to convey. And in that, this is kind of how I kind of learned some of these things. So please watch the top end. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Maybe you need a dip. It sounds like this is something going on the master. It sounds like, to me, it sounds like you try to get this beat real loud, and then it started to kind of like distort. So just watch that. If you're gonna try to use like a limiter to get things banging, a limiter that I like is the Pro L by Fab Filter. That's a good limiter. Um, I like the Ozone Maximizer. That's a good limiter. Let me think of another limiter. Really, the Ozone Maximizer is probably like my favorite one, but people have gotten good things from the L2 as well. I like the L4. If you have Waves Volteezy, I like the L4. Let me pull up. Let me pull up the L4. L4. The L4 is relatively new, so I think some people are sleeping on this. So if you have Waves Volteezy, the L4, I usually set my ceiling to like negative 0.03, and then pull down my threshold. And then with the L4, you can go through different modes. So these are like different algorithms. So you can hear like one mode will bring out certain elements, another mode will bring out certain elements, and just creates different feels. And then also here it has the LUFs. So if you have like a target LUF, you can look at it here. Maybe it's like -8, -9 LUFs. You want your stuff that loud, then the L4 pretty much has everything here. So yeah, this is also a good limiter if you're trying to like get yourself banging and whatnot. So all right, there we go. So shout out to you, Volteezy. Good beat, good beat. I just don't want you that harshness to fatigue the recording artist's ear, and then somebody comes in with a simple beat and it's like not as good as yours, and then you're like, what the heck? Why'd they choose that beat? My beat was crazy, you know? So shout out to you. Okay, what's going on in the chat? What's going on in the chat? We have Anonymous Singh. Shout out to you. All right, so we got a question. Hey man, do you need music theory for producing? Like, how important is it? Okay, that's a tricky question. So you don't need music theory for music production. This is just my personal opinion. You don't need music theory for music production. Like, if you maybe if you DJ, maybe if you rap, maybe if you naturally just have something really good that's a part of the music production process naturally, then you really don't need music theory. So some people are able to make banging beats. Like, I don't know. I don't really think Southside knows much music theory by his own admission. That's not me just putting that on him. He's a great producer. Some people just naturally have that thing about themselves, right? That being said, you don't need it. However, for me, it helps a lot. It helps a lot. To me, it opens up so many different aspects and avenues for music production. For instance, like, I can understand how certain chords would work in an R&B beat. Then I can use those same chords in an Afro beat. And then I'm really just essentially changing the groove of the drums and maybe doing something a little bit different in the bass line, right? Also, music theory has helped me when it comes to recording artists, when it comes to auto-tune. I've seen other engineers or other producers kind of struggle to find the right key for recording artists to, like, what key is the song in. You know, I'm not the quickest, but I can pick up when I'm listening to the different scales, the different scales. I'm like, okay, this is obviously a minor. It's obviously a minor key. Okay, is it this? Is it F sharp minor? Okay, that's what it is. So I can pick that up much quicker than more than likely someone else who doesn't know any music theory at all. So this is something else that goes with it. And also another thing is like the process of practicing and even learning like even basic pop songs on the keyboard or on the guitar, just basic songs, man. I'm telling you, it tunes your ear and it helps you pick up when things are in key and out of key. That's part of the reason why I'm so sharp on picking up out of key 808s. So that's really my position on music theory is it opens up a lot of aspects when it comes to music and music production. And shout out to my guest on the Made in the Studio podcast, OG the Three. He's produced for pretty much everyone big in the game, and he's had similar sentiments as me. So you can check out that podcast episode on my tab here on YouTube. And another question here in the chat. And what is your process to make melodies? My process to make melodies. Really, I start on my keyboard right here, my trusty MIDI board right there, and I play what I feel. That's it. Since I don't click in my chord progressions, I'll just start maybe on one or two chords, and I say, okay, where do I want to take this? So to your original question, that also comes in with music theory. It's like I'm not clicking around trying to create a chord progression. I can start to feel my way around of where I want to go melodically when it comes to producing music. So I just how do I make melodies? Like literally just start, like hit chords, hit another chord. Oh, I like that chord. Okay, now where would this chord take me? Okay, that's a little too sad. Okay, let me do it like this. Okay, feels like it's becoming like an anthem. Let me keep going. So I say I like to let the music have a conversation with me. So I'll play something. Let's just say like 4 chords, and I'm just listening back to the 4 chords. Maybe I just found a sound in Omnisphere, and I just play 4 chords. And then I'll just sit back, and then I'll listen, and I'll say, okay, where does the music want me to go? So I'm following the lead of the music. So then it'll take me to the next step, to the next step, to the next step. And yeah, that's pretty much how I do it. So hopefully that was clear, man. Hopefully it's a challenging question to answer, but hopefully I was able to point you in the right direction. But regardless, Anonymous Sing, please, like, if you have a keyboard, if you have a guitar, just learn even the most basic song that you can find on the radio or whatever, old hits. Just learning that is going to teach you so much. It's something maybe you can even learn in like, say, maybe a week, like the most basic song, Okay, you're welcome, Anonymous Sing. You're welcome here on the Heat Check Live Beat Review Show. My community is called the Frequency Family, so you can find it in the Discord, is in the description, so you can click on that and join there. Then also I got a bunch of free goodies for you, man. If you want some loops, if you want some FL Studio Patcher plugins, you want some guides, you'll find that in the description. So check that out. Get some of the free goodies in the description. And yeah, rock out with my loops and whatnot. And then on my YouTube channel, I also have tutorials and things like that. So hit that subscribe button. I have tutorials. I have a podcast. Have this live beat review show. I have all these things to help you guys in the music production process. So you are welcome, man. Thanks for the questions, man. Those are some fire questions. Yes, sir. Shout out to Anonymous Sing in the building, dropping gems by asking those questions. All right, moving forward, let's get back to the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Voteezy with his second submission of the night, Can't Get Enough. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's go ahead and take a listen. To touch your soul, I may not ever get to heaven. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Voteezy with his second submission of the night. Can't get enough. Shout out to you, Voteezy, and thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. Now, Voteezy, that was definitely a fire beat, man. You know, that one, see, that's a big contrast from the first beat that you submitted, because that one was so smooth on the ears, on the top end. It was so pleasing. I just wanted it to keep going and going and going because it didn't have those harsh resonant frequencies kind of hitting my ear. It was nice and smooth, nice smooth top end, nice like butter. You know what I'm saying? Like a fresh polished car. You know, and Voteezy, I'm noticing that you have a sound, you have a style with that, with those soulful samples and those hard hitting southern drums. You're able to mix both worlds together, and you could definitely go places with things like that. You know, I was thinking about an artist like Finesse 2 Tymes on a beat like that, you know? So, Voteezy, if you can jump in. Finesse is always online, so shout out to Finesse 2 Tymes, one of my favorite rappers in the modern era, 2026, one of my favorites. But yeah, I could definitely hear him jumping on something like that and kicking game, you know, talking his talk on something like that. So yeah, shout out to you, man. Good beat. Man, I don't have any feedback on something like that, man. That was really good. All it needs is an artist on it. And you're good to go, man. Good to go. Sounds really good. So shout out to you, Voteezy. Thank you so much. All right. In the chat, we have Anonymous Sing again. If I want to send you some beats, where do I reach out? If you want to send me some beats, where do you reach out? So this show's stream is closed, but it sounds like you're trying to reach out in general. So if you have Discord, if you can jump on the Discord, I have a channel titled YouTube in my Discord. You can post a beat there for me to check out, so you can do that. However, if you want to submit on the live beat review show and have me give feedback like this, I'm going to open the form after the show. If you want to do free submissions for, I want to say next Friday's show, but I'm probably going to skip next Friday's show. But the Friday after that, I'm going to open the form regardless. So you can submit your beats there to the form in the description. Just subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to make a YouTube community post, so that way you know that you can submit for next Friday's show. So hit subscribe, then you'll see my community post. Then I can listen there. Other than that, you can drop it into my Discord. Just click the link in the description, join the Discord, post it in the YouTube channel or the BeatStars channel, YouTube channel. Yeah, do that. Put in the YouTube one and I'll check it out. So shout out to you. Shout out to you, Anonymous Sing. All right, moving forward, we have Phoenix Beats with Future Southside type beat called Fiend. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's go ahead and take a listen.
You got this, Phoenix. You got this, Phoenix. You got this, Phoenix. You got this, Phoenix.
All right. Shout out to Phoenix, man. Showed up and showed out on that one. That one was banging, man. I messed with that, man. Shout out to you. I could definitely hear a recording artist jumping on that one. Um, I was hearing the snare in my head because you left it all kind of all build up. Let me see if I can. I'm thinking that snare might go with it. Let's see.
You got this, Phoenix. You got this, Phoenix. You got this, Phoenix. You got this,
Yeah. So sorry. Little producer moments for you guys. Sorry about that. So yeah, I was hearing that snare in my head. So Phoenix, if you want that snare, I don't know if you have something like that in your your arsenal. If you want that snare, just hit me up on Discord. I'll just drag it and drop it over to you. So I'll send it over to you if you want that one, Phoenix. Um. So yeah, Phoenix, good beat. I hear you had it all without a snare, which that could definitely work, especially if you're like trying to do some type of like a concept beat. Um, maybe you could title the beat something like something's missing, and then maybe the artist could play off of that in the song, like something's missing, something missing, something's missing, so something's missing, feel like something something like that. You gotta kind of gotta be playful with stuff like that. So you could do that because there's no snare on the beat. So mess around with that or add that snare that I just played right there, and I think you'll be all good to go. One thing I like the 808. It was a good, nice, round, subby 808, which the game definitely needs. I noticed a lot of producers are hitting those real, super distorted 808s to the point that it's hacking off the low end, which I get it, but let's try to get some balance, guys. So shout out to you for having a real subby 808. That being said, I could still hear like just a little kiss. You can add a little kiss of saturation, not too much. Don't want it all distorted like so many people's 808s these days. Just a little kiss of distortion. Yeah, a little kiss of distortion. I don't know if maybe you have Saturn, maybe you have my FL Studio Patcher plugin, FLD bass. That one has distortion in it. You can use that. What's another good? I don't know if you guys know this, but in Waves, if you guys have Waves plugins, a lot of you guys do. I don't know if you guys know this, but you could do this in the SSL. I don't know if it's in the old SSL. I think this is in the old SSL, but you can even use this mic thing, this mic part right here for distortion. So let me find an 808. All my 808s have distortion. Okay, I'll just open that one. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so here's my 808. Let me make it obvious for you guys. There we go. All right, so here's my 808 by itself. Okay, now I'm going to turn on this SSL EQ. And then I'm going to slowly just move this mic up here. See this thing right here in the red? I don't know if my mouse is showing this part here. It's going to... As you can see there. And you also, guys, always want to make sure that you balance the output, because distortion and saturation tends to make things, a little louder. So we don't want to just keep adding saturation and then things getting louder and louder. Then we start to get off balance. So always watch your output. So this is kind of a different sound here. Nice rumble. Then I'm going to turn it off. So just showing you that. I don't know. Some people don't know that. Some people just go straight for distortion and saturation plugins. So I just wanted to show that off right there. right, moving forward. Shout out to you, Phoenix Beach. Shout out to you. Let me make sure I hit that applause. All right, all right, all right. Moving forward, we have Trep World with Hose. Oh, shout out to you. That's the name of a beat, Hose. All right. So Trep World got Hose. All right. I'm going to go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's take a listen.
Trap World.
Yeah, but the hose.
Oh, what? It's too hard to get the hose.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Trep World with Hose. All right. Shout out to you, Trep World. Thank you so much for submitting to the heat check. All right. Now, Trep World. This was an interesting situation because the thing is, I like all the elements of your beat. Like, I like the kicks, I like the snares, I like the instruments you chose. However, something is musically off. Like there's something melodically conflicting with each other, and it keeps happening. Now, whenever I was listening back to the beat, I was really listening sharply to see what am I hearing? Like which element is off, and I can't quite pick it out, but something is causing musical dissonance, and it's taken away from what you have there because you have good elements. Like I wouldn't tell you to change any sounds in there, but melodically, something is going on. Something's off there, and I can't quite pinpoint on what it is. So this is what I want you to do, Trep World. If I can get for you to get back into your DAW, just start from the top, play your drums, and then like unmute one sound, and then play it back and listen, and then start to sing to yourself. Do like Juice WRLD type singing, do whatever type of singing. You can even imitate another hook from a popular song and just see, can you musically flow with it, or does it start to feel uncomfortable? Do you feel something in your chest that's uncomfortable and tense that tells you, oh, something's off here and I can't quite put my finger on it? If that happens, then we need to work on the melody a little bit. I can't quite figure out which sound it is, or if it's the whole thing, but somehow there's like musically is conflicting with each other. So like I can't find any like melodic groove vocally to fit in. So let's look into that. Just play the drums, mute one sound, mute the next sound, and see as you go through unmuting the melodic sounds, if you can uncover what's causing that. So shout out to you, Trep World, and thank you so much for submitting right here on the heat check. All right, moving forward, we have Jolly Good Show. Jolly Good Show. Shout out to you, Trep World. I'm going to go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's go ahead and take a listen.
Good show. Jolly good show. Jolly good show indeed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Trep World with Jolly Good Show. Shout out to you, Trep World, and thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. Now, Trep World, good beat. Yeah, good beat, man. Sorry, I got sidetracked for a second. So on that beat, see, melodically, I had that one. Melodically, even though you had a lot of stuff going on, I could still find a path vocally, and I wasn't fighting against anything. So definitely handled the melody on that one very well. That being said, you know, the fact that we have a lot of different elements going on in that beat, a lot of synth elements, a lot of elements with kind of has those resonant frequencies. The thing is, what I felt with that beat is like, I wanted the beat to, how can I say this? It's like, I want the volume, I want you to work on volume balancing, like figuring out what sounds you want higher and what sounds you want lower, what sounds you want, you know, panned this way, what sounds you want panned this way. Sometimes we have so many elements we want to all shine at once, but we have to have certain things to be quieter in order for certain sounds to be louder. If we have everything all loud at once, then everything could kind of feel cluttered. So I almost feel like I want certain elements to be pulled down a little bit, pulled back a little bit, certain elements to kind of maybe even put like a little high shelf on some sounds to make it softer and darker. And that makes the other sound more prominent and, you know, catch the ear more. I kind of feel like we're trying to get everything audible at once. And sometimes we have to sacrifice a little bit for another sound to be a little more present. So that's more so getting into like volume balancing and making sure that certain elements are darker so other elements can sound louder. Almost say darker or like duller and other for others in order for other sounds to sound brighter. So, you know, I kind of want you to look into that a little bit. Like next time you're doing another beat like this, just kind of listen back and mess around with your EQ a little bit. Like, do I need this sound to be that prominent? Let me grab my EQ. Let me soften up. Let me go ahead and dull, quote unquote, dull a little bit of the top end on that one synth. And that's going to make this synth pop out even more. So hopefully that made sense. Hopefully that was clear. Thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check, man. That beat has potential, and also the other beat has potential. I think we just need a new melody on the other beat. So shout out to you, Trep World. Shout out to you. All right. So it looks like that was our last submission. Had a couple of people tell me that sometimes I forget to play my own stuff. So Let me see. What do I want to play for me? Shout out to all the producers on this show. I just had a couple people say, Desmond, you forget to play your own stuff sometimes. So I was like, it slips my mind, honestly. So, let's see. What's the beat I'm working on? Hopefully we don't crash. Hopefully we don't crash. I don't know if this beat was this one done? Nah, still working on that one. Where's my other beat that I was working on? Had a beat I was gonna send to somebody, and I'll while I'm doing that, guys, I want you to go to DesmondASounds.com to get free loops, get free FL Studio Patcher plugins, get free guides to help you level up in your music production process. So make sure you guys go to DesmondASounds.com and do that. Help you level up. All right. I think I have one here in my folder. Oh, there it is. I want to show you guys. Oh, it's not even loading there. Let's see. I need to get more organized, guys, as you can see. I apologize about that. Let's see here. Oh, that's why I renamed it. Okay. So this beat I'm working on, it's definitely not done. Not mixed, not done. I have a co-producer in mind who I'm gonna send this to, so it's not finished, but something I have going on. So I'll just play it here since I forget to play my own stuff. So. Okay, so it's kind of like a J. Cole type of beat I'm making. After one of my co-producers jumps on it, I think we'll take it out of here. And I have I don't know if I'm yeah, it's an R&B beat that I'm working on here too. Wonder if you guys can see it. Oh, you guys can't see it on the screen. So I'll just play it right here. All right, so it's a couple of joints that I'm working on. Still adding some finishing touches to it. It's like some hip hop, R&B stuff. J. Cole. What would you call the other one? Maybe who would get on that one? Other beat, the R&B one, probably who? Like Summer Walker. I could hear Summer Walker on a beat like that. So yeah, just what I've been cooking up, guys. So I'm still in the trenches, making beats, selling beats, moving or grooving around. So yes, I'm still in the field with you guys. So yeah, man, that was a good Heat Check live beat review show. Like I said, skipping next Friday show. I believe that's Memorial Day weekend as well. I believe I might be wrong, but that might be Memorial Day weekend. So if I don't see you guys next Friday, I want you guys to have a good, safe Memorial Day weekend. Guys, make sure you go to DesmondASounds.com to get everything that you need in your music production journey. Yeah. And more great videos coming out throughout the week. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel. Also, fighting, working, grinding to try to pull some Made in the Studio episodes. It's a challenge working on the podcast, but I'm fighting to at least get you guys 2 episodes each month. I should be able to do that. So just stay tuned, and I'll see what I can pull off this month. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for watching the Heat Check. Shout out for all you guys' support over this past year, man. I'm super, super grateful. Grown to over 2K subscribers here on YouTube. I put it out. I'll just put this out there. My mailing list. I have over 2K people on my mailing list as well. So everything is growing. You guys like my stuff. You guys like my videos. You guys like my live streams. You guys like the podcast. So, man, I'm super humbled by all the support that you guys have been giving me. And it's just, everything's going to level up each month, each year that you guys rock out with me. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also, subscribe to the Discord. Go in there. I'm working with people behind the scenes to just help things grow. So all the energy that you guys give me, all the support is going to be reinvested to help things grow. So that's my purpose. That's my mission. As I grow, you grow, we grow. There's no big I and little you. There's no I in team. This is a community. We all grow together. So if you rock out with that, continue to support me here on this channel, guys. So, I don't want to get emotional, but you guys been showing the brother love, man, and it feels good. It feels good. Been doing music for quite a while, and if you guys been in studios or you guys engineered, sometimes you can kind of get looked over, So it's good to have this outlet where I can interact with other producers. So once again, have a safe Memorial weekend. Heat Check live beat review show is likely not going to show next Friday. We're probably going to do the following Friday. Maybe I'll do a surprise pop-up stream in the meantime. Who knows? Just stay tuned, guys. All right. So you guys have a good, safe weekend. Have a good, safe Friday, this Friday, and Memorial Day. And I will see you guys next time. Check out my channel. Check out the stream. Submit to the next show when I do it. Friday after next. All right, guys.